Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Tuesday morning. It is now the 5th day of November 2024, Election Day. A pretty good day throughout Northern California, although we do have some clouds going by right now. We won't see anything in the way of rain from those clouds, but what we will see is a round of north winds later on today and into the day tomorrow. Also, going to look ahead down the road. Models still in some disagreement in terms of when we may see our next rain, but we will look at the last couple of model runs to show you the way things are trending. But let's start with what's happening first thing this morning. Here is this layer of cloud cover going by. Again, you don't really get anything in the way of rain out of this sort of cloud cover and dropping down from the north. And this sort of pattern is very typical for this time of year. We call these little things inside sliders. And what that means is that the best part of this weather system is sliding just to our east. And that will set up a north gradient in our area, giving us that north wind that we're expecting to pick up as we go through the afternoon. And again, a lot of clouds, but nothing in the way of rain. So let's talk a little bit about the wind that we are expecting. And this is from CANSAC. I really like CANSAC because it has pretty good wind resolution and pretty good success rate in our area, showing us what's going to happen. And this is later on this morning, and you can just start to see the developing north wind on the west side of the valley. And whenever we get a north wind event, the winds are always stronger on the west side of the valley than the east side of the valley and the foothills. The foothills, many spots along Highway 49, hardly see anything in the way of wind when we get one of these north wind events, but the west side of the valley, areas from Winters and Colusa through Fairfield, all of those areas do see quite a bit of the wind. So that's as it just starts later on this morning. As we go through the day, you can see it expands. This is around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Then the area of strongest winds includes areas like Sacramento, and Woodland and Marysville and toward the Chico area. But you can see that on the west slope, there's a lot less of that, although it was certainly breezy around Lincoln and Roseville. If you go just a little bit farther to the east toward Newcastle and Auburn and Grass Valley, you get a lot less of that wind. But these winds will be gusting up over 25 miles an hour this afternoon. That's at 4 o'clock this afternoon. This model run doesn't go quite that far, but it does go into later on tonight. And we will see these winds continue into the day tomorrow with this sort of pattern. This is late tonight, and you can see these areas highlighted in this color here. These are winds that are up around 30 miles an hour. We'll likely see gusts up around 35 to 40 in many areas here on the west side of the valley, the Delta, and that continues all the way down toward Patterson and Newman. It'll even be relatively windy around Modesto, Discovery Bay, those sort of areas. A little bit less in places like, let's say, Placerville and Jackson, and certainly into Sonora. Now, because of this pattern and because of the low humidity that goes with this, we do have those PG&E power shutoffs. So let me show you the map from PG&E. Now, these are the areas where they expect to turn the power off later on today. You see that there isn't anything around Sacramento, and there isn't anything in the foothills. Well, Sacramento, of course, that's SMUD territory. But in the foothills, you can see that there isn't anything expected there. But if you go into the areas around Vacaville, so the north, around Lake Berryessa, these are areas that are susceptible to strong north winds. And these are areas that have had power issues and fire issues in the past. And that continues to the south of the Delta, all the way down into areas, like I said, toward Patterson and that sort of thing. So yes, there are likely going to be power shutoffs later on today from PG&E because of these these gusty winds that we're going to see. All right, let's look past the wind, because the wind will last into the day on Wednesday as this system goes by. Let's go through this. This is the 6Z run, by the way. We don't have the 12Z run of this model in quite yet. But as this goes by, we'll start to see some really nice days on Thursday and Friday. This is into very early Thursday morning. Ridging builds in, the winds decrease, and we'll have sunshine with mild temperatures. If you have outdoor plans Thursday and Friday, that's nice. But as we head toward the weekend, the models have started to shift back toward this system being a little bit stronger going by on Saturday evening. I'll show you the precip on that in just a minute, but there it is, sliding by. The models 24 hours ago were a little bit farther to the north. This one's a little bit farther to the south, bringing chances of showers. That might be the better way to put it. Chances of showers. as opposed to what we are likely going to see next Monday, because the models are really coming into agreement on this system that drops into the area on Monday, and that's a really good pattern for us to see rain and snow. And not just a couple of showers, but this would be pretty good. Now, again, that's still 6 days away, so we'll take that with a grain of salt. But the models are certainly trending toward something a little bit more substantial on Monday, both rain and snow. Then beyond that, there would be some ridging with another potential system coming our way as we get well out into fantasy land, something around the next Friday, Saturday, so we're more than 10 days out. All right. So let me show you what the models have been thinking in terms of precip. Now I'm going to show you the 12Z GFS. So in other words, this is the most recent run. This is the one that's actually not even fully in just yet as I'm recording this. I'm picking it up on Thursday afternoon. Wind, you can see, look at that gradient. There's hardly anything in the way of a gradient here. So the winds that'll be gusty later today and into the day Wednesday, those are gone for Thursday and Friday. Both Thursday and Friday will be really nice days. All right, this is Saturday morning. This is Saturday morning around 7 a.m. Here comes that next system. Not really convinced that this one's going to hold together. This is actually Saturday night. So this is around 10 o'clock Saturday night here, and it falls apart. So if you see a forecast that calls for rain on Saturday, number one, the timing on it looks as though it might be Saturday night, so after dark. So if you have outdoor plans Saturday afternoon, if you have a soccer game Saturday morning, right now that looks fine. And the other thing is, this thing looks so weak, we may not even see much in the way of rain on and snow out of it. So again, just kind of keep that in mind if you see a headline talking about weekend rain or something like that. So there might be some showers Saturday night. All right, contrast that with what the latest model is looking at for Monday. This is Monday morning around 10 a.m. That's solid rain, that's solid snow in the Sierra, probably all the way down to about 5,000 feet, something like that. Some really good rain, and that lasts into the evening hours and tapers off. And I don't know if this model is going to go out far enough to get us into the one on Friday, Saturday. Yes, it does, but it weakens it. But there's more beyond that. All right, so that's the 12Z run. The reason I wanted to point that out is I also want to show you the way this looked on the 6Z run. I'll go back to the Monday time frame, just because I want to clarify the amount of uncertainty that we have here. So that's the 6Z run. So the one 6 hours ago also looked really good for that one on Monday. And yeah, same thing on Saturday night. But let's concentrate on the one on Monday. So this is the way the 6Z run looked on Monday. This is the way the 12Z run looks on Monday, about the same. But the 0Z run, last night's run, well, it was okay with it, but not quite as impressive. The rainfall totals were quite a bit less. And I think if we go back even farther, I think if we go back to yesterday morning's 12Z run, I think there was even less with that. Let's see what that one shows. Yeah, this one, yesterday morning's run, was quite a bit weaker with that one on Monday. So that's why we still have a little bit of uncertainty, but the long range GFS, when we started looking at the 11th, which is next Monday, 5 or 6 days ago, it was pointing at the potential for something. So it does look as though something is going to combine next Monday. Whether it's a system that gives us a half an inch of rain in Valley and more than 6 inches of snow in the Sierra, we don't know at this point, but it certainly looks as though it could be more substantial than anything we've seen so far this year. It may be good enough to even be called a storm, but again, it's 6 days away. We'll see how the models trend for that. Bottom line is winds picking up later on today, lasting into the day tomorrow, tapering by tomorrow evening, Thursday, Friday, really nice days. The chance of any rain over the weekend is a chance of showers on Saturday night. So again, at this point, don't cancel any Saturday plans because it's a chance of some showers after the sun goes down. And then the next chance of rain on Monday looks a little bit better. So that's everything I've got for you on this Tuesday, Election Day. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.